Welcome, witches! I'm so grateful to see you drop by today. I'm Amelia Noir, and I'm here to share with you my knowledge and experience on all things witchy. So if that sounds like something that might be of interest to you, park your brooms by the door, because now the witch is in. Welcome, witches! Today we are going to be making I'm going to show you how to make some EYE incense. You're going to need a mortar and a pestle for this one. And you're also going to need the EYE oil that we made last time. Make sure that it's been charged for a fortnight. Now we're going to put in some frankincense and some myrrh. Okay, so we're going to get a couple of good chunks here. Use my spoon. Get a little bit of that. And get the smaller pieces. You're gonna want to get this as powdery as possible, so try and get the small pieces at the bottom, because these are like salt, like the rock salt, and they are fairly hard, and that's why I like starting off with this, is because they are hard. So now you're going to want to take your mortar and pestle and break this up and turn it into powder, or as powdery as you can get it. And if you have a little spoon like me, go in and scrape it off the sides, because it is a resin, so does have a sticky-ish quality to it, and you can beat it right into your mortar and pestle. You go, where'd it go? It's because it's all, there we go. Okay, now that I've got that down a little bit, we're going to put in the woody stuff. Okay, so we're going to put in some eye bright, which is what we had last time. Now you don't have to put this in here because the oil has eye bright in it, but because I want to make an incense with eye bright, it's woody, so when you mash it up, the powder and the oil will stick inside the fiber of the wood and dry to a certain extent. It's not going to dry fully, but it'll kind of compact itself. You can make little cones with this if you want, or you can kind of leave it like a powder. It depends on how wet you want it. If you want to make cones or sticks or whatever, you can always add a little bit of water to it, and you can use charged water to make it more easy to manipulate and put into molds, and then just let it set aside and let it dry, and then you can pop them out. But for my use, I don't particularly ever burn this. I use it more as a dressing. So now I'm getting sandalwood. This is just plain sandalwood. And because it is a wood, it's fibrous. And it also is, we're using, you don't need tons and tons and tons of this stuff. It depends on how you use it. And I've already got some made up, so I'm just doing a little bit to show you how you can do this. Okay, there we go. And now, let's make sure I scrape this up. And now the frankincense and myrrh is going to kind of act like sandpaper. And you can grind this as much as you like. And you do it clockwise as best you can. And get this as pulpy as you can. You want to split the fiber, basically, and turn it into kind of like a powder. And then when you add the oil to it, it kind of, you get a consistency. And you can use it. I use it as a dressing. That's how I use it. And I don't make an incense. I actually take the oil, I anoint my candle, because it's always a candle spell. I use it for, it's my evil eye candle spell, which you will be getting as soon as we finish this powder. And you make, and then I'll show you how I use this. But you can totally make incense. I just don't, because I use it this way all the time. I don't really use it as an incense as much. I use the break evil incense is what I use. That's the incense I like the best. I like it better than the smell of this. That's probably why I use it more often. Most people, they use stuff that they like, and if you like something, you'll use it. And if you don't, you try and use other things. So I use the break evil incense, and I use this in the powdered form. But it is really, really hard to get the wood. You have to break down the wood, and you need to grind it with the frankincense and the myrrh. And you can use rock salt as well, like the salt that you put in your evil eye oil. You can put that in here, and that'll also grind in. I just don't put the salt in, because I just don't. But you can. I find that the salt in there is enough. Like, I don't need to double up on things a lot, but I do like the eyebright in here, because that's like the main ingredient. So, okay. Now, you can totally use a grinder for this, but you're not getting the intent in the powder when you use a machine. Now, I'm not dissing anybody that does use a machine, because this is very hard on the hands, and people who have arthritis and stuff, they can't do that. Just as long as you put the energy into the powder. Okay, so if you want to use a machine, go for it. Just make sure you do your energy work along with the ingredients. Okay, Now, I don't have a lot. Like I said, I have some already. And it does take a lot, like you saw what I had, and that is all the powder I got. There we are. Now, what you do is you take out the fibery parts and cut them up into smaller pieces and put it back in, and it'll soak up the powder, and it'll clump nicer, kind of like hay bales. Okay? But I don't use it like that, and I'm going to show you how I use it. But right here, you can take this the way it is and just sprinkle it on a puck, and you're fine. You can put Evil Eye oil into it, mix it up so that it's not soaking wet, but pliable, and you can put that on a puck. You can let a little bit of water, a little bit of oil, and you can make as much as this as you want. But I'm not partial to the smell. That's why I like the Break Evil incense. That's why I like the Break Evil incense. It smells better. But to each their own. So you can make your incense, or you can come back next week and I'm going to show you how you can do a spell with this to break an evil eye. Here on The Witch's Inn.
Check out the link below for the correspondences and magical properties of the items used in this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss any witchy content our three sisters have brewing for you here on The Witch's Inn.